Hi everybody. I am just gonna pull up YouTube on my laptop so I can read the comments if anybody jumps on, but if nobody does, that's okay. I just want to give like a little mental health update because my last video was a little bit heavy and I wanted to let you guys know that I'm mostly okay now. I'm not the best, but I'm better. And I wanted to kind of go over just what I've been doing to cope and all that good stuff. So let me pull this up real quick. I don't know how to I can see it on my phone but not well. So I wanted to be able to actually read it. Oh no, I'm gonna hear myself. Mute. Okay. I think this is gonna show me the chat. I don't know. Yeah, okay. Hey! Oh, hi! Hey, Angel! I hope you're enjoying your friend, if your friend's already there yet. Hey! I wanted to get on here and kind of just chat a little bit. I wanted to talk about my mental health and how bad it got there for a while. And yeah, it was pretty hard. I felt like I didn't see it coming at all. I thought that I was really holding it together, but I wasn't. I was not coping at all. I literally wasn't coping with anything. I was just going through the daily motions, and I could barely do that. And looking back, it's so obvious to me how depressed I was and how much I was on edge, but I just didn't see it coming. And I know that I don't think I'm the only one who's struggled with this during the pandemic, but I haven't seen anybody else really talk about it. I haven't seen anybody else open up about it, and so I wonder if I'm gonna be the only one that leaves this pandemic not a better person. I mean, I'm gonna be a better person for surviving it, but not because I've advanced any of my skills or got any of my shit done. My house is more dirty. My work is far more behind. Sorry, I gotta show that comment. I just don't. You got out of a crisis stabilization unit? Okay, so you understand how hard it's been. I hope you're doing okay. I hope that you're doing good, because that's when my friend passed away. That's when she got out of that, and then they didn't set her up for success afterwards. She had nothing to go home to, and nobody that she felt understood her. So I definitely understand that. Hey, Katie. Just borderline personality. Borderline personality and ADHD are so much alike, it's not even funny. I read so much of the literature about it, and it's they're so related that it's very much the same. They're all, I think, it relates to the cluster B disorders a lot. ADHD does, because of the impulsivity and the lack of forethought, not being able to think about things far enough in the future. But it lacks a lot of the emotional aspect of the personality disorders. At least that's what I think. I don't know. I don't know much of anything. But yeah, I wanted to get on here and talk about what I've been doing. So I've talked about this a bunch, but I've used BetterHelp therapy, and I think that BetterHelp is the best thing ever. And I think it's so sad that BetterHelp has such a bad reputation on YouTube because of it was basically for crappy advertising. They were working with influencers, and the influencers felt the need to lie and say they had depression or anxiety to kind of hype it up and make them have a reason for promoting therapy. Nobody needs a reason to go to therapy. Everybody should be in therapy. It's so beneficial. It can help you so much. But for the longest time, I was still in my therapy, but I wasn't doing the video chats, and I don't know, I've really upped that now. I've started to do weekly video chats with my therapist, and she's really great. I can't even explain the difference between, I've always used the text message feature, so if you don't know what BetterHelp is, it's an app, and you can get connected with a therapist in your state. BetterHelp is really just the mediator between you and the therapist, so there's always a chance that you're not going to vibe with the therapist. There's always a chance that you're not going to like the way that it goes, but it's so convenient, so convenient, I can't even explain it. I have been able to message her after a panic attack. I've had a panic attack and I had things going on. I've had her help me with boundaries. I've been putting some boundaries in place with some certain people in my life, and it's been very helpful. Like, it's like I get a therapist and a coach out of it, because I can get the therapy session, and then, like, as I'm having things happen throughout the week, she can message me back, and that's, like, where I get, like, the coaching aspect, and I really love it. And then in addition to that, I have a coach myself, too. So, I don't know if you guys, like, I haven't really told you guys much of anything that's been going on with me. I am coaching now. I am trying to take on clients and, like, help them, and it's funny because, like, for the longest time I felt guilty about that. Like, I'm a mess at times. Like, there are times when I am a total mess, but I'm able to help other people with their mess more than I can help myself, and I help myself by helping other people. So I was feeling really guilty about it, and my coach said to me, she's like, you don't have to have it all together. Like, you don't have to have it all together. That's the last thing that people want from you. People want to see you go through it authentically and just be real about it. So that's what I've been doing. That's why I made that video, because I didn't see anybody else talking about it, and it was just like, I know I'm not alone. My brain likes to tell me that I'm alone in these thoughts, but I know I'm not. So, Angel, that's what you were originally diagnosed with? Yeah, that makes total sense. I thought for a long time that I had borderline personality disorder, and then I went to see a psychiatrist, and he had to do, like, an evaluation with me, evaluation with my mom, like, a whole bunch of stuff, and it just turned out that that wasn't the case, and I have ADHD. Which I would have never put those two things together. They just wouldn't have been related. So, I don't know if you guys participated, but I did a survey. I put a survey up for my subscribers on my website. I actually have a link. It's just meganf.com/survey. I'll type it into the chat. If you guys want to go do it, that would be really awesome, because I have some really cool things planned for content. I am making... Oh, I can't do this. I can't type and talk. Survey. I think I spelled survey wrong. I did. Survey. The second one. Okay. So, I said, I got a new therapist since I was transferred to an adult clinic. I've been an adolescent one since I turned 18, like 2 days after that. And so how do you like your new therapist? That's always a big change, like getting a new therapist, because I always feel like I have to, like, the first session is just me unloading, like, a whole bunch of shit on them. Like, oh, hey, here I am. I look normal and I look fine, but, like, here's all of this. Have fun. And then last time I talked to her, I just couldn't even get myself to speak. I kind of turned out blank and couldn't think. Do you do it in person, or is it like in telehealth? I seriously think that BetterHelp is really great, because you can talk to them when you're not with them. So, like, you don't have to have that face-to-face, like, that held me up for the longest time. Like, I didn't want anybody to see me. I didn't want anybody to hear my stories, because they're very, like, they're personal. And maybe you could ask them if you could do it just via, like, do you have the video sharing, I'm assuming? You could ask them if maybe you could do it without the video on your side. Like, that might help. Like, just turn, like, you could have your video on, but turn theirs off so that you don't see them. I just think, like, it helps, like, it helps you get warmed up, if that makes sense. I think that doing the video chat therapy is just so much more personal, and when you get comfortable with a person, it's so much easier, and it is better because they can read your facial expressions. They can see your tone of voice and then relate it to, like, what face you're making to make sure you're not just saying something. And that I understand how hard it is to get started with a new therapist. And I am so glad I have, like, found BetterHelp that way, because it's like, but I didn't, when I first started, I only used the text messaging option in BetterHelp. I wouldn't use the video chat because I just felt uncomfortable. I was like, I don't want anybody to see me. As funny as that is, as I sit on YouTube and, like, tell my life story, I didn't want my therapist to see me tell it. Oh, God. Sometimes the, like, way that we talk to ourselves is hilarious. Angel said, I've always followed the rule of 3 with any new provider. Try them for 3 visits. You are allowed to have an off day. They are allowed to have an off day. And if on the 3rd day you still don't like them, that's a good idea, Angel. I really like that. I've gotten more comfortable. BetterHelp actually helped me with that. Like, to get rid of therapists that I'm not vibing with. Like, I've learned not to take it personally. I had to do the same thing with my coach, and I just wasn't feeling my coach. He was a great guy, but it was like I really needed a woman. And I learned that just because it doesn't work for me, like they're not working with me, doesn't mean that they're a bad therapist or they're a bad coach. It's just not my kind of coach or therapist. So it's been nice, like I learned that in therapy, and then I was able to implement it with my coach this year. So I've had the same therapist though for a while. Keith said, no, you need that. I'm thinking you're talking about the video part, probably part of that therapy session. I couldn't think of the words. Yeah, I think that's what you're talking about, and I do agree that the video is necessary so that they can actually see you and like make sure you're being real with them. But yeah, I also started I don't know if I have it with me. I'm sorry, I have like allergies really bad. Oh, I went to the dermatologist. It's an update. If you guys remember in my video that I just put out, if you saw it, the one that said I'm not okay, I had a fiberglass explosion, I guess is the best way to say it, in my house. And we were finding fiberglass everywhere, and Greg works in composite manufacturing, which has fiberglass. Like, he's surrounded by fiberglass all day. But he had not been working for 2 months, and all of a sudden I started to get like this really, really bad outbreak of like it looked like fiberglass on me, and like I still have it sometimes. And I went to the dermatologist, and they said that they confirmed that that's what I have. I have fiberglass dermatitis and dermatographic urticaria. It's basically if you write on somebody, like their skin, like they get hives. That came from my mattress. The fiberglass came from my mattress. So if you guys ever have if you have a memory foam mattress, like, do not take those covers off. Do not take them off. They're bad. So I don't know what he's talking about. But yeah. So I was thinking about doing this thing. I'm creating a deck of cards. Have you ever seen there's like certain people on YouTube or on Facebook that do this. They create a deck of cards and they put like little like quotes or things in it, and then that's like their morning. It's like sets the day, sets the tone for them. I was really thinking about doing that. Like, I want to make my own deck of cards. I want to do it for myself. Like, I don't know if it'd be something that would be fun to share. I think it could be fun to share that daily. Like, do like a daily live stream and just be like, today is mindset of the day or something. I don't know. I hate I hate mantras, or no, not mantras, affirmations. I hate affirmations so much because they just don't fit for me. I can't get into that like fake positivity. I can't be positive when I'm not feeling it. And it just really is hard for me. Greg and I have been working on refilming one of his old videos. Well, both of his old videos, because they got a lot of views, and they're like two of our worst videos together. Like, they're not very pretty. He was so uncomfortable and like awkward in the first one because he doesn't like being on camera, and then the second one was just, I was just goofing off, and I did not expect that video to get as many views as it got. It's like 80,000 views or something, and it's not a good look, but yeah. I want to go get my dog for you guys. Come here, Bubby. Come here. Come here. Look at this chunker. Everybody's missed you. If you guys see me filming down here, it's because my room is a disaster. Like a total disaster. Yeah. I don't really have much else to say. I guess I really just wanted to check in and let you guys know that I'm kind of okay. I'm still really sad. I still have like moments. I have a lot more moments where I cry over Brent, which is something that I hadn't had for a while, because Sam was his teacher too, and you're just so heavy. You're so heavy. It's like a, yeah. I promise we walk him. I promise. So I'm covered in dog hair now. Hey, CG. Oh, thanks, Katie. Caitlin. Kate, like, what would you... I call you Katie, and I don't even know if that's what you like. How's it going, CG kid? Crazy Ginger. You like Jazzy, but she's won't come over here. She's the cutie. Poor Jazzy, like, the dogs have the fiberglass issue too. It's like in their fur. When I tell you that I have a fiberglass explosion, like, I mean explosion. Like, this stuff is everywhere. Okay, I'll call you Caitlin from now on. I don't know, I feel like it just started right there. I called you Katie, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go with it. Fiberglass is, like, it's sticky. I don't know if you guys know that, but, like, because of it being glass, I guess it breaks, and then it can adhere to, like, just about anything, and it is just terrible. What was the yes, 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 please to? More dogs? So we have it. The fiberglass is in my clothes. It's in my mattress, obviously. It's in the bedding. It's in my towels. It's in everything. And I've just been literally all I've done lately is been brushing out the dogs, and then I have to sweep and lint roll, like, everything, because it's the only thing that gets it off of everything. We don't even have, thank God we don't have, like, fabric furniture or carpet, so it's easy to clean up, but it's everywhere. Yeah, ours is, like, from our mattress. I just don't even know how, I don't know if it's ever going to go away. Like, when you look at when you shine a flashlight onto my skin, it's just glitter. Like, it looks like glitter, but it's definitely not. So, I tried to see if my homeowner insurance would cover that, my renter's insurance, and they wouldn't. And I'm starting to think that that's, like, not right, because if your washing machine broke, right, and flooded your basement, they would pay for that to be cleaned up. If your fridge, like, went out, caught on fire or something, they would pay for that to be cleaned up. Like, my mattress the dog got into it, and then fiberglass got everywhere. Isn't that kind of, like, I don't know. It's not an appliance. I've been considering actually contacting an attorney. I reached out to, like, I found an article online that this has been happening to so many people. And it's like, no one knows, like, you buy this mattress and then, gosh, ew. I had it for too long. I had it for, like, 10 years. But after 10 years, I didn't have the, like, the little zipper thing on it, or the tag on the thing that, like, by the zipper. So you would think, like, a zipper means it's to be taken off and washed. And so I've done that so many times. But this time, my dog decided that they wanted to chew at it. They chewed at the mattress. And, like, kind of got into, like, the yellow spongy part. And the thing that was on top of that, the cover on top of that, was definitely fiberglass. So then my dog ate fiberglass, so that's always fun. Thankfully, she was okay. She's the older one, so she's always eating everything. But, yeah, I just, like, Greg thought I was crazy for a good maybe 2-3 weeks, because he didn't have any, the demographic urticaria, or whatever it's called, means I basically have incredibly sensitive skin right now. Like, everything makes it inflamed, and hey, good to see you too, I guess. Happy to have you here, I guess is what I should say. But, yeah, I just have incredibly sensitive skin right now, and I get, like, everything itches, everything tickles, everything is just, it's just not fun. And that has made the fiberglass issue, like, go crazy. Oh yeah, the cards. I forgot. I'll totally do that. I was gonna do that and then do it on my Facebook group, but if you think I should do it on YouTube? Maybe. I'll have to send you a picture of them. I'm gonna make them this weekend. I got the deck of cards already, so morning motivation. See, I thought about that, but you see, the thing is, I don't normally wake up until, like, 9. Emerson lets me sleep in. It's so nice. Yeah, that's pretty much what they're saying. They're saying that it isn't covered because it's not written into my contract. I did contact, I found this article, like I was saying, and it keeps happening. Hey, Roberta. And they said that this family had a fiberglass all over their house, all in their belongings, and their homeowner's insurance denied their claim, but they contacted an attorney, and then it was covered. Then they did cover it, because in order to fully get this out of my house, it has been like a nightmare. It's like I got a new mattress. It's like literally sitting in a box right there. I have brushed and groomed my dogs like 2 or 3 times. I have washed our laundry. I've lint rolled every piece of clothing that I have. And my mattress is still like up there. I put like I don't know if you guys know what a bed bug cover is, but it's basically like an airtight sealed cover over the mattress. And it is just like a nightmare because I can't get, it's in the air. It's like, we have an old house too, so there's no filtration system. There's no like central air or anything like that blowing. And it is just, I don't know. It's just not going to stop. I don't feel like it's ever going to stop. But yeah, I've been trying to not let it like bother me too much because it's really out of my control. And the dermatologist is trying to get me to treat the urticaria, whatever the fuck the first thing, the sensitive skin, and then hopefully that the fiberglass thing isn't an issue anymore, because he thinks that it's like the urticaria was triggered by something else. Like when I got sick in March, he said that like viral infections can make your skin have that histamine flare up, and then the fiberglass is bothering me because of that. Because normally there's like a hardening effect and you don't get bothered by fiberglass after so long. Like if you work with it every day, you become less sensitive to it. So the fact that I'm now experiencing this, like when I have taken this cover off before, and Greg does work around it, so it's like, it's not like it's my first time exposed to it, but don't know. It sucks. But no, it's not my landlord, it's my insurance company. I pay money for that. I said it makes no sense why your landlord would be responsible for your bed and your dog. If it's all over the house, they have to clean it when you leave, and then they keep the cleaning deposit. Bed bugs would be bed bugs are my biggest nightmare. But like terribly, yeah. The doctor said there's a chance that I might have this issue for good and just have the sensitive skin, and if that's the case, I don't know what'll happen. But my renter's insurance is like, I pay extra money to the insurance company, to State Farm, and then they cover all of my belongings in here. So if like my refrigerator were to go out, like I have a special clause in there that covers that. And I was trying to see if they would help me with the cleanup, because where am I supposed to put this mattress? Like this old mattress. It's like, I've never thought about that before, but it's covered in fiberglass, and I can't just take it outside and sit it there for the trash men to pick up. I could, but I wouldn't be okay with that. Like, I don't want them to get that everywhere. I don't want it to get spread everywhere. I don't want anybody else to get affected by it. And so it's like, until we can get that, it's like we've got to do it all at once. It's got to be like this big, like, circus, I guess. That's the best way. That's what it feels like. We have to be like, take the mattress out, get that out, get all of this stuff cleaned. All of our clothes will have to be lint rolled again. Like, I should take out stock in lint rollers. Yeah, no, you're fine. I understand. It's a complicated thing. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, even having insurance company cover it doesn't really, like, I want them to, but that doesn't mean that they will. I don't know. I've never had, like, honestly, before this happened, I never had heard of this ever. And I've had 2 of my friends, actually, that live in my town be like, oh, yeah, that happened to me before. It's like, we're so surrounded by fiberglass, it's insane. Like, it's in our mattresses, it's in our air conditioners, it's in our screens. Like, it's everywhere. And that's kind of scary when you think about it, because that stuff breaks down and it's, like, not good. What was Roberta said? I could film it a day early. I was going to do it live, Angel, but that's a good idea. Mercury in some retrograde. God, we used to always joke around about that, but like, I'm starting to think that it's real. I'm starting to believe it. Well, when did it go out of retrograde? Because things are starting to get a little bit better. I do feel myself kind of like on an upswing again, which is like nice. It's nice after everything that's happened. I am going to make this deck of cards this weekend, and I'm going to be putting out videos about that. So I don't know if you missed the earlier part of the video, but I'm going to make this deck of cards, and it'll have like different quotes in it. If I feel like it, I'll do it early, like I'll do it live, but I don't wake up early. But I would like to do like a morning mindset thing, and like pull a card out of the deck of cards and like get it set for the day. I'm doing it for myself, so I could like do it and then come on here. I wanted to do it live because then it's like my accountability. I didn't wear makeup. I didn't like do anything to myself for like the first 2 months of the pandemic. I just stayed in bed or stayed around the house like not doing anything. I would go outside with, well, okay, that's a lie. I just lied. I would go to the back door while Emerson went outside and played, and like he'd play with Greg, and I couldn't even admit to myself that I had an issue. Although I knew I hadn't been outside in how long, and I just didn't want to do it. Yeah, it was pretty ugly. And then thankfully that broke like the week before. Call it the deck of many things. I like that. The deck of many things. The deck of many thoughts. I don't know. I think it'll be fun, and I kind of want to do like, it'll just be probably quick videos either on here or on Facebook or wherever, just to get me like accountable again, just to get me seeing, putting makeup on, getting dressed, doing the whole thing. Because when you I'm not saying that I need makeup to feel good about myself, because I'm okay without it, but like, it helps. It definitely fucking helps. It definitely makes me feel more comfortable, like, being outside and being around people, and I feel like I associated somehow like getting ready with leaving, and because I wasn't leaving, I wasn't gonna get ready anymore, and I let it all go to the wayside, like any routine I had. Oh, I actually got this really cool planner. It's called Define My Day. You probably can't see that. It says Define My Day, and it's like a daily planner that has been so helpful for me, because you focus on like, you set up your week and you put like your weekly to-dos, and then we do like a daily priority. So today's priorities are my edit my systemic racism video. I have dinner with Greg and Emerson, and then take the puppies for a walk. And then I just make sure like those are the 3 things that I focus on, and I put down like what I have to do in order to make that happen. And then I don't know, it's been so helpful for me to just have it written down, and I found that somehow through all of my ADHD research. I don't know if you guys do this, but I sit on the internet and I click like one link and then into another link and into another link, and then before you know it, I have like 20 tabs open on my browser and I have to bookmark them because I won't read them all before I have to get off the computer. Oh. That's what I did most of this pandemic. I like was reading stuff. But yeah. I'm gonna get off of here because I think that, well, what time is it? My dad's bringing Emerson home. He went to go visit Pappy John today, which is a first. Have you ever been on medication for ADHD? Yep, I take Adderall. I've taken it for probably 2009 is when I got on it, so 11 years? Basically, well, prior to that, I took it for 2 or 3 years, but I've also taken things like Concerta, which I hated. I took Ritalin, methylphenidate. I didn't like that very much either. And I took Strattera, which I don't know if that's actually an ADHD medicine or if that was like an antidepressant that they did with it. We were on Vyvanse. I've heard good things about that, but I've also heard like because I had a bad reaction with Concerta, it would be very similar to that. And I don't want to do that. I don't really like... It's not that I don't like the Adderall. I don't like the way that it makes my freaking mouth dry. I don't like the way that it makes me eat junk. Like, I won't be hungry, and then so I don't eat a good meal. And then when my medicine wears off, then I'm, like, starving, and then I eat whatever I can. And it's never anything good. It's never anything healthy. So I've actually gained weight on Adderall, which is kind of funny, because most people are like, oh, you take it to lose weight. Like, not this girl. But, yeah. Bubby's snoring. I don't know if you guys can hear that. He's back here snoring. Yeah. Wanna say bye? Wanna say bye? Yeah, binge eating. I binge eat like crazy. Okay, we're gonna say bye. Look at how awkward he is. Fluffy little arms. Look. He's like, let me go back to sleep. Alright, guys. I will be live more. I don't really know when. And I will be making that deck of cards, so I'll let you know how that goes. I do have a video coming out. Hopefully, I might wait until Monday. I've been making a video about systemic racism, and I really wanted to make sure I get it right, because I had somebody reach out to me, and I had a conversation with them, and I feel like we weren't really having the same conversation, so I've been working on a video. It'll just take me a little bit to get it out. But yeah, I will see you guys later.